Hello guys, so I'm going to be showing you how to place futures trade on Bybit with Bybit interface. Now, when you this is my Bybit account, you come to derivative here. This menu, this is where you trade futures. So now I'm on some live trades, and for example, now if I send you a signal, something like this, if I send you something like this, um TIA USDT or Pendu USDT short Pendu entry 5.2897. Now this is how you set it. This is how you set your signal. Whenever you receive a signal like that, you click on the derivative, you come to the derivative area. I hope you can see what I mean by the here. This is where you trade. Then now I want you to take note of these things. For example, if you don't have any, you have to migrate. Okay, now see this plus sign. This is where you click to fund your futures account. Let me transfer this 27 USDT out of it first. Let me transfer it out so that I can see. It's on the derivative account. So let me transfer it to funding account. Let me click on Max. Let me confirm. So as you can see here, check this place now. Can you see that I don't have any money here now? It's 0.0 USD. So if you place trade like this, you won't have money to trade. Now, let's say you have money on your Bybit, but you want to trade on futures, you still have to transfer the money to your derivative account here on futures. On some other exchange like OKX, Binance, it's called trading account. If you are using Mexc, MESC, you usually see it as trading account, but here it's derivative account. Now let me add money there. So, like I said, you click on this plus to add money, but you must have the money in your account in your Bybit. Now I'll click on plus, then you click on transfer. When you click on transfer, so the money is in my funding account. This arrow here is what you use to toggle between accounts. So for example, if the money is on your let's say the money is on your spot account, but at least now right now you can see that the you can see that my spot account is 0 USDT available, my derivative account 0 USDT available, right? So the money is in my funding account 27 USDT, right? So I want to transfer it to derivative USDT because this is where we need it to be able to place futures trade. So now I will click on this arrow so that I can select the options, so that I can see the options as drop down. So I will click on derivative. So as you can see now, no, it's not on derivative, it's on funding account. So as you can see, this balance, this place was 0 before. It has now turned to 27 USD because I've selected funding account. So this place means funding account to derivative account. As you can see, from funding account to derivative account. Can you see that now? So make sure it is derivative account that is below. Don't go and click spot account because you are transferring into derivative account. Then you click any amount, the amount you want to transfer to your derivative account. You type it. If it's $10, you type it. If it's $15, you type it. But in my own case, I'm transferring everything, so I'm clicking on max. Then you click on confirm. Click on confirm here. So it will transfer it. If you go back and check now, it is still loading. If you go back and check now, as you can see, we now have 27 USDT here. We have 27 USDT in the available balance. Can you see? So now let's place that the signal I sent to my group. Let's place it together. Let's make a practical something now. So I said Pendu slash USDT. Pendu slash USDT means pair. Now, for example, this TIA slash USDT now, this one, TIA slash USDT, is a pair. It means the pair you should trade. Pendu slash USDT, it means the pair you are going to trade. So you come to your Bybit. It is not every time you come to your Bybit, you click here. Though now by default, Pendu slash USDT is there because I already searched for it, I already selected it. But by default, it might not be there. So the first place to go to is here, where this arrow is pointed to. Then you click on Pendu, you click on it, you now search for it here. Pendu. Once you search for it, now you will see you might see two different Pendu. This is the one you will click. This is one Pendu, but you can see spot there. That's if you want to trade spot. If you are trading it on spot, if you are trading it on spot. But this Pendu USDT, this one is perpetual. It means futures, right? So this is the one you select, the perpetual, because it's futures we are trading now. So now Bybit, this tab will show you charts. This tab will show you the trade interface, the place where you place trade. So let me click on the trade tab now. The chart tab is where you get to check your chart, right? But the trade tab is where you get to where you see where to execute the signal. Now, what was the signal? The signal we are trading. Now, be mindful of this, and this is isolated. What does isolated mean? It means that when you, let's say you use $10 to trade futures. If the trade keeps going into loss, for example, now this current pending trade, I have minus 12% loss. It doesn't mean it will not recover. This is a normal thing when you are trading futures. A trade can go down first, it can go negative first, and then retrace. So you don't expect that it goes green immediately. No, no, no. It will. There are times it will. Even most times, all the times, right? So now, but let's say it goes very bad, you enter the trade with 10% and $10, and then, for example, you now have $27 balance. Let's say I enter a trade with $7 now. I enter a trade with $7. Then if the trade enters as it is going live now here, can you see? If it enters minus 100%, that means the whole $7 is exhausted. So instead of it to liquidate, it will not liquidate at that point. It will begin to take the from your remaining balance here, from your remaining balance of $20, it will begin to take from it. That is what cross mean. Or if you have money on your spot account, it will go and take from it instead of exiting you, instead of liquidating you and exiting you from the trade. Now, if you can take that much risk, it's also a normal thing in trading. If you can take that much risk, if you know you can take that much risk, you can do that. There's a strategy we use where we mostly use cross, this kind of technique. So instead of removing you from that trade, it will continue taking your money. Then the reason why people do this is that the trade can go to minus 200%, and then later retrace and come back into profit. So imagine it has already taken you out because you use isolated. If you use isolated once a month, if you use isolated and you enter a trade of a trade with 7 USDT, once it enter minus 100% and your 7 USDT is gone, it will liquidate you. It will not take the money from your balance. It will not take other money from your balance. It will liquidate you immediately. So imagine you are liquidated and it starts reversing up again, and it now prints. So that is why people use isolated, right? So, but if you don't have enough money, if you don't have a huge portfolio, please stick to stick to isolated. So now, I believe you know the difference between isolated and cross. Cross is if the trade has reached minus 100%, and you want it to continue trading with other money you have, your other balance. But isolated is, it won't go beyond the amount of money you use to enter the trade. That is if your stop loss, if you didn't set stop loss on anything. So now this is where you get your leverage. Here is your leverage, 15x. So you click on the arrow, you click on the leverage. So you can set it 25, 5. So there are some pair that if you select them, you will see up to 100x leverage. So it depends on the pair. Leverage can be more than each other. For example, maybe I choose Pepe. I choose to trade Pepe USDT. You might see up to 100, 150 leverage, right? So then let's say you want to use 10x. Let's say I say 10x leverage. Then you click 10x, you click on save. But for my own scenario now, I wouldn't click on save because I'm already on a trade and I'm not trying to set another trade. So as you can see, like I told you, that is a normal thing for a trade to go sideways first, to go minus first and then reduce. As you can see, it was around 15% before. As you can see, it is now reducing. So now what next? After you set your leverage and Please be mindful of cross and isolated. Whatever you want to use it. And then now, what is market? Market is we have markets, we have several ones. We have but what we mostly use is market and limits. What people mostly use market limits. So if you are using limits, if you are using limits, limit means that for example, let's say I give you this signal that I sent now. This signal that I sent, that's entry 5.2897, that short pending USDT at entry. What is the entry? 5.2897. Now let's go and check the charts. This pending USDT, has it reached 5.2897? Okay, it is currently trading at 5.3443. So you can see it's still higher than the entry price. So let's say you cannot stay here to be looking at the charts that you want to trade, so that you can enter the trade when the price reach there. That is where limit comes in. That is where limit comes in. So you now go to trade. You make sure the tab is on limit. It's on the option is limit. Then it will ask you, yeah, it will ask you which other price. Then you now enter the entry price. 5 point what? That's 5 points. That's 5.2897. So you now enter 5.2897 there into your trade. You enter 5.2897 into your trade, right? 5.2897. So when you enter that, then if you are longing, you click on buy. Or buy means long on futures, sell means short, right? So you click on long up. Now the signal was short, so you click on sell or short here, which is this button. Sell is this button, this one. Long is this button is long. As you can see, those are the buttons. So now we are short. I don't want to enter another trade again because I've already entered the trade, but I'm just showing you. So after you set your limit order, then this line here, this point, see, you can drag this thing I currently point to. You can drag it forward. As you can see, I'm dragging it now. I'm dragging it. This is what you will use to set the amount of money you want to use to trade, the margin. As I'm dragging it now, please look at this place. If I'm dragging this line, be looking at this place. This is what will indicate how much USDT you are. This place will indicate how much USDT you will that it will deduct from you to enter the trade for you, or to place the trade for you, as you keep dragging the line. So this place that I have dragged to now, this specific place that I have dragged it to, it means if I click on short now, it will use 7.96 USDT to enter the trade for me. Now let me click on short. It will bring something now. I've clicked on short. Okay, let me click short. At market price. Don't fill it at market price. Okay. Now, I've taught you limits, how to place with limits, but let me place with market. Now, if you are placing at market plus market means you want it to enter immediately at the current price. When you see CMP, it means current market price. So you maybe you want the trade, you want it to enter the trade immediately at the current price, right? So you come to click, you select market. Now let me try and let's say I've dragged this in. I'm currently on a pending trade though, but let me say, okay, now I want to add another. I want, let's say you want to trade with $1. So you will drag the line till it shows you $1. Let's say you want to trade with $26. You drag it to 100%, right? That means you want to trade with your whole money. Let's say you want to trade with $13.37, you drag it to 50%, you drag the line to 50%. But for example, me, I'm just using this as a tutorial. So I've dragged it to 1 USDT. If I click on sell short now, it will bring the tab, as you can see now. Now, as you can see here, other cost. This other cost means the amount you are using to place the trade. Like I said earlier, that as you are dragging that line, it will be showing you how much you used to place the trade, right? So that is what it means. So you see things like isolated. This is your liquidity price. This means that if I place this trade, if I confirm, when pendulum, if it goes up to a price of 5.5537, if it reach that price, I will be liquidated. My money will burn and it will take me out of the trade, right? So this is why if I'm using cross, let me try and use cross. Let me try and select cross. So let me now click on sell. So according to my overall balance, if the price of pen will reach 6.7307, it will take all the money on my futures trade, not just the one USDT I'm using to enter, all the money on my futures balance, because I'm now using cross. Don't forget I explain what cross means for you. So when the price of pen will reach 6.7307, that is when all my money will burn away. So it might be minus 500% as a day, it might be minus 2,700% because I'm trading with 1 USDT and I have 27 USDT. So by the time I'm making a profit of a loss of minus 100, that means I'm losing $1 because 100% of $1 is $1, right? So by the time I'm now having a loss of minus 2,700, that means I'm having $27 loss. So but I'm not using that is the risk that comes with cross. So now let me change it back to isolated. I don't want this video to be too long because of uploading. So let me see. Now you have dragged it up to $7.94, you can see. So if I click on sell now, you will see. Can you see the other price now? Can you see it has changed to 7 points? So that is how you know your other price. That is how you set how much you want to use to enter the trade. Maybe you have $50 in your account and you want to use just $10 from your portfolio. This is what we call portfolio management, right? You don't use all the money you have in your portfolio to enter a trade. You can divide it into five. Let's say you have $50, you can be using $10 to enter into a trade. Because what if you use the old money to enter into a trade and that trade does not go well? Hope you get. So this is why you select how much you want to use, how much you want to stake per time. Now after you've entered into, then you click on confirm. After clicking the button, you click on confirm, so it will enter the trade for you. Now so let me quickly say something about DCA. DCA means dollar cost averaging. Let's say I give you, for example, what is the current price now? 532. Let's say my entry price for this trade, because I entered immediately at market price. I didn't wait for the entry because the entry was around 5.2 something. If you go back to check the signal, here is the entry price. Let's check the entry price again. This is the entry price, 5.2897. I didn't wait for the entry price. I just entered at market price, current market price. Because sometimes I do that to have an advantage to enter early. Because if it's going down immediately, but now it still went up a little bit. But if it's going down immediately, I'll be having an advantage. Assuming the trade went down immediately, started selling immediately. But now that it still went up, I still have advantage too, because if the trade has not even touched the entry yet, it has not even reached the entry. So just sometimes you wait for the entry, or if it's close to the entry, you can enter. So, but don't let me spoil your head, Sha. Don't let me scatter your head, rather. So this year, I want to talk about this year, dollar cost averaging. So let's say I've entered now. This is my entry price. This was my entry price, 5.3027. But now this is the current price. Pendo has increased to 5.3321. That is why you see I'm having a minus 8% loss. So let's say I want to DCA. DCA means when you sell something and it's still not selling and it has increased to minus 30%, you can change your entry, push your entry forward to the current list. So let's say I want to DCA. Now, if I can enter again, then it will change it will look for in between this 5.307 entry price and the mark price of 5.3368, and it will look for another entry price for me there. So it will give me an advantage. So it's actually like I'm shifting my position backward again. So you only have that advantage when this thing is still on minus. So instead of waiting to come back to your entry, you've shifted your entry position backward again, so that it can, by the time it retraces to your direction, you will have more advantage. That is what they call DCA. So The way you do it on spot is just like maybe you buy, um let's say you buy BTC at 1 naira, then you are expecting BTC to go to 5 naira per one, then you buy BTC 10 BTC at 1 naira. So then BTC now further dips, so it dips from 1 naira to 0.5 naira. So you now have, though you are still at loss with the 10 naira you used to buy, but you now have more, you can now buy more than ten BTC with another 10 naira. So that's if you have, if it dips and you are buying with at the price of 0.5 now, 0.5 naira. So when you use 10 naira to buy at the price of 0.5, you now buy more than, you can now get more than 10 BTC at that price. So you keep it and then you still wait, because you are still sure that BTC will still rise. So you still wait. Let's say it now goes to 0.01, BTC now goes to 0.1 again. Then you still buy again. Then you are able to buy more this time with 10 naira. So then when it now start increasing, then when it eventually pump more than um 10, when BTC now eventually pump more than 1 naira per BTC. So instead of just having profit on the initial 10 naira you used to buy at the price of 1 naira, you will be having profit on the ones you DCA'd into, on the ones you bought at 0.5 per BTC and the ones you bought at 0.1 per BTC. That is what DCA means, dollar cost averaging. So now let me talk about stop loss. I've touched isolated or cross. I've touched the leverage. I've spoke about how you can fund your account, fund your futures trading account, where I clicked on this plus and I, transferred funds from funding account to derivative account. I've told you how you can check the charts, how you can watch the live chart, right? So how you can come back to the trade. Now, let me show you how to input TP and stop loss. There are two ways. While setting up a trade, you can initially or after you've set up the trade. Now, for example, you want to set it up initially. You click on TP and SL here. You type your TP price. You type your. So this is telling me. So if I'm typing my. Now let me go back to the signal. What's the entry now? The entry is. Now let's take note. The entry we have here is cross 7%, 7x cross. This means cross, not isolated. Then this means 7x leverage. Whenever you see 7x, it means 7x leverage. If you see 20x here, it means you should use 20x leverage. But according to your because the higher the leverage, the higher your loss and the higher your profit if it goes in profit. The higher your loss if it goes into loss. But the lower the leverage, the lower your loss if it goes into loss, the lower your profit if it goes into profit. Right? So leverage is like a multiplier of the loss or the profits. Now, this is the entry. Then this is TP1, TP2, TP3. Then this is SL. SL means stop loss. Now, how do you set your TP and SL? Let's have this now. Our entry is 5.2897. So let's say I've set limits. So I've set it that I'm using 7.92 USDT to enter the trade, and I've set the limits. I've set it at market price. I use isolated. I'm just using my own preferences. So if you want to add take profit or SL, you click on this place. This is the place. You click on it, then it brings you this tab. If it is long, you are longing. This is where you will stay. But if it is short, you go to here. That is if you are selling. So I'll click on this tab now because I'm selling. So I'll now set my TP. What was the loss and stop loss? So as you are setting the stop loss, it will be telling you how much you will lose in dollar. The stop loss is 5.6522. Then TP3 is 4.2228. 5.6522 as stop loss. 5.6522 as stop loss. If you check, it means, so read this now. It's saying this place, market stop loss order will be triggered when mark price reaches 5.6522 that I input here, right? USDT. expected loss. So it's telling me this is how much I'll lose, 7.3259. But this at which means minus at minus 93%. But mind you, um the trade itself, let me copy this. Let me show you something. The trade is itself, what I want to use to enter this trade is just 7.93, right? Let's say I increase my entry amount. We call it margin. How much I want to use to enter the trade. Let's say I increase it to 13.33 or 15% or 17 USDT. Okay, I've increased it to 17.29 USDT now. Then I click on, I try to sell the TP. If I input that same stop loss, you come to short tab. That same stop loss on a short tab. So you can see, 17% was what I decided to use to trade. Though I've not confirmed it, I've not finalized it. I'm just setting the things now. So it's now telling me that here now, 17 USDT. If I use 17 USDT to trade, and if this is my stop loss, it's telling me I'll lose 16 points. If the trade goes to my stop loss, if it touch my stop loss, it's telling me how much I'll lose. So always make sure your stop loss is, whatever your stop loss is, make sure is not beyond what you can afford to lose. This is how we take risk, right? Though I will usually send stop loss on signals, and if there are signals where I said your stop loss is minus 300%, so you know that if you are using 5 USDT to enter the trade as your margin, then your stop loss, which is minus 300%, will be like minus 15. By the time you are setting your stop loss, it will be minus 15 USDT here, right, with a $5 trading capital. So and then you will see minus 300% here. Sure you get. So it's telling you that this will be what you will incur. This percentage at this amount of USD is what you will incur if the price goes to your stop loss. So that is, you use this strategy if you are using cross. If you are using cross, that is when you can use things like minus 300% as your stop loss. But if you are using isolated, it won't go beyond minus 100% because it will only use the capital you used to enter. It will only exhaust. It will not trade beyond the capital you used to enter. Now, note that the capital you use to enter a trade is different from the overall balance you have in your USD futures account, right? For example, now, this is the capital I want to use to trade, 17.3, but this is the overall balance I have in my um futures account. So, this isolated, as long as it's unisolated, if I use 17.3 to enter the trade, 17.3 USD to enter the trade, once the trade goes sideways and touches and it exhausts the whole 17.3 that I used to enter the trade, this whole 17.3 USDT that I used to enter the trade, once it touches it will not go and take from my available balance again. I will still have $10 left here. It will not go and take from the $10. It will stop there. So it will stop at 100% minus 100%. But for example, let's say I want to use let's say for now I'm using 5% or 5 USDT to enter a trade. Now then I'm using isolated, I'm using cross rather, and 5 and then I set the trade to be I set that you should enter the trade with $5 for me, right? So let's go and set our TP now so that you can see what I'm saying. Now our stop loss rather, let's set our stop loss um on a short tab, don't forget. So you can see I just said that it should enter the trade for me for with 5 USDT, right? So you can see 4.6 out of 5 USDT is a loss of minus 94%. So now let's say I decide to go down. I'm trying to practicalize the scenario where I say there are times I might tell you use minus 300%, use minus 400% as SL. I'm trying to practicalize it now. Let's say I now put my stop loss at 5.3. 5.3 is lesser than 5.6 in price. So you'll be seeing something like, oh no. Or is it okay? We are shorting. It's because I'm entering a sell trade, so I have to enter an higher amount as stop loss because it's going up. So now let's say I use 5.9. So can you see 1.78? Now can you see that? Can you see minus 178%, minus 178% as loss? And this, so it means because I'm using cross, this is how this can only be possible. Only so it is only cross that can make it go beyond the amount you use to enter the trade. So let's say I set the liquidity the stop loss at 6 or 7, that if the price increases to 7, if peradventure it doesn't sell and the price of pen increases to 7 USDT, then I'll be having a minus 474% loss, a minus 474% loss rather, with a 23.5% USDT loss from my account. So I believe you can see the math there. The more you practice, the more you keep entering trade, you understand these things. Now, the TP, let me set the TP. But let me just go back to isolated. Let me just go back to isolated. Let me just go back to isolated. Then set. So this is my stop loss on a short. If you are selling, make sure your tab is on short. If you are longing, if the trade is that you want to long, then you set your stop loss and take profit on the long tab. Don't forget. Let me use the arrow so that you will get. If you want to long, if the trade is to long or for you to buy on futures, you set your TP here. Make sure this long tab is the one that is active by the time you set your TP and your stop loss. But if you are shorting, if the signal is to short, make sure this tab is the one that is active here. Then that is when you should set your take profit and your stop loss. So our stop loss is this. So it's showing us that it will be this at this price. If this stop loss is this price, then it shows that we'll be losing minus 96% of the trading capital, not of the overall balance on the futures account, but of the trading capital, the 5 USD that I want to use to trade. Then what is the minus 96%? The minus 96% is going to be 4.7698. 4.7698. Here it is, this one. So now the TP, let's say the TP. So our TP, we have 3 different TP. You can only input one. So the first one is 4.8840, 4.6478, 4.228. Now 4.8840. So this is telling you now that at if the trade goes, if the price of TP begins to if the price of pen begins to reduce and the trade goes your direction, as immediately the price of um pendu that we are trading, immediately it reach 4.8840, it will take the profit for you. Even if you are not with your phone to take the profit, it will take your profit for you. That is a function of TP. The function of SL is that if the price keeps going negative opposite your entry and you are not there with your phone, so you are telling Bybit or Binance or OKX to exit you out of the trade when the trade reaches what? When the trade reach here, when you've lost this amount, when you've lost this amount at minus 74%, you are telling Binance to Bybit to exit you from the trade so that it won't continue burning your money. That's what you are telling them, because you might not be with your phone. So for the tip, you are telling Binance and you are telling Bybit that once the price reach 4.8840, and then you'll be having 5.9849 USD as profit. Then that will be a 120% profit on the trading capital. So you are telling Bybit to exit you out of the trade. So that is the TP1 according to the signal. The TP2, see TP2 now. TP2 is what? You can use any desired TP. TP2 is 4.6478. 4.6478. So if you are using to be 4.6478, 4.6478, then that means you are making a profit of $9, $9.29. So that will be a 1.87% profit. But if you are using TP3, which is 4.22 4.228 4.228 4.228, then you will be having a profit of 15.2 USDT at a increment of 307%. So that is how we set TP and stop loss. Then you now click on confirm. Once you click on confirm, the TP is there, as you can see. So this is how you confirm. Now see my trade, see that it's on green now. Can you see? So, because some of you don't even let me talk, don't allow me to talk. So it has reduced and it will continue going there. So it is now playing out. So you can see now 4.228 as the I think that's the TP. That is the TP slash SL. The SL is this. That is how you know that you've set your SL and your TP when you are seeing the figures here. So if you want to edit it, you click on this edit thing here. That is what you use to edit. So let's say I want to I'm not using anything. Let's say I'm not using anything. So confirm. So you will see that there is nothing here anymore as TP and SL. So you can set your TP before you enter a trade or after you have entered a trade. Now let me show you how to set it after you enter a trade. Maybe peradventure you forgot to set your TP and SL before you enter a trade, and you've already executed the trade and it's already live like this one, right? It's already live like this one. It's counting. Then you want to now, what is the difference between these two trades? This one is showing that I've set, you can see this TP and SL place. So it's showing that I've set TP and I've set my SL, right? But this one, this TRX USDT long, it doesn't have the same thing here. Can you see? It doesn't have it. Now let me set TP. So if you want to set TP for a trade that is already running, that you've executed and you forgot to input TP, you come here, you click on this set TP and SL. You click on it. Now this is another way to check how much you used to enter a trade. The other price. Where is the other price here? Or the margin? It's Pendo. Not Pendo. It's not Pendo I want to set. What I want to set is I want to set TP, SL, and I want to set TP and SL for trunks. So here it is now. As you can see, it has opened the tab for me to set. Now let me go and find the TP and SL. I've been on the trade for a while now. So entry SL like this now. I was talking about setting a SL to minus 200% or minus 300%. So like this now. So on this chart, maybe I'll record another video to show you how to interpret charts. But I mostly do not send signals with charts though. So now on this one, so this one now, this signal, this is the TP, the highest, this is the last TP. Any number at the above, at the top, that is the last TP, the highest TP, 0.1300. So for our for our TRX USDT long, the final TP is 0.130, right? So if I input it here, 0.130, it's telling me now, it's showing me that I'll be making a profit of what? $6.5 which is 63% of what I used to enter the trade if the price of trons reach 0.13, right? So if I want to set my stop loss, okay, let me to 0.10, 0.12, 0.11, 0.11. Do you know why it's telling me that stop loss price is lower than the liquidation price here, which is 0.1125? Because I used isolated for this. See, after you've entered a trade and you want to check what you use, is it isolated or what did you use? You want to check. This is where you will see it. You will see it on the details here. You will even see the leverage there. This one now is 10x. This one is 15x. So now, assuming it is cross I used, I will be able to set a minus 200% or a minus 100% or a minus 300% stop loss. But because I didn't use cross, that's why I'm not able to set such any stop loss that is beyond this stop loss. This 0.113 is a minus 75% stop loss, which will take 7.87 USDT from my capital, right? So let's see if you can go to 100%. Minus 100% is lower. So I may not be able to go beyond, but at least this is how you set your stop loss and your SL, right? I was trying to set something that will make it minus 100% profit, but a minus 100% loss, but I couldn't find one. So then after setting it, point 0.13, then you click on confirm. So if I click on confirm now, you will see that, as you can see, it's now displaying the same thing. TRS trade, our TRS trade also, it now has its own what TP, this and this, like this one, because it doesn't have it before, right? So that is that about that. Now let's say you want to check the detail of a trade. Maybe you want to click here, click on all others. So if you want to close a trade immediately, maybe you've seen enough profit, you don't want to wait for TP to for your TP to be reached, or you don't want to wait for your SL to be reached, and you're already on a loss, or you're already on profit and you don't want to wait for your TP to be reached, you click on, it's very simple, you just click on close or close. You just click on close and it will close for you. Sure you get, but I don't want to click on that now, so because I don't want to close anything. Now if you want to check details of any trade, maybe you've forgotten how much you used to enter, because it's not showing your margin here now. It's only showing liquidation price. For what does this estimated liquidity price mean? It means if the price of the pair you are trading reaches any of this price, you will be liquidated. And it's usually select the liquidation according to your account size, according to how much you used to enter the trade, and according to either isolated or cross. So now if you want to check the full details of any trades, all your live trades or your past trades, here, all others. So you click on it. So you can see positions. These are my open positions. On these position tabs, these are my open positions. I'm on a pendle trade and I'm on TRX trade as well. Can you see? So how much did I use to open the TRX trade? Um that's that's um that's margin. I used $10 to enter it. How much did I use to enter pendle? That is margin. I use $6 to enter it, $6.7. That is margin. That is what margin means. So what is my stop loss on pendle? What is my entry price? I entered at the price of 5.3027. Right. So and this mark price, this means the current price, the current market price. This is my liquidity price. So this is my realized PNL. How much I'm currently losing. This is the unrealized PNL. So that is that about that. That is how you check the details. This is my TP and my SL. So that is how you check the trade. So current orders. These are your current orders. So it's still the same thing as Pendle and TRX. Don't do mistake to press cancel, please. Order history. These are my order history. P and L. I'm not sure. Trade history. So that is it about that. That is all you need to know for now for trading on Bybit. So now let's say you are on profit and you want to show people your trade, your there is this thing they usually show. This is it. It is this arrow you will click. When you click this arrow, when the thing pops up, you will know what I'm trying to say. So see this thing. So then you can download it. You click on save, you download it. Then you can go and share it to anyone in any group to show that you are trading TRX USDT and you've made a profit of so, or you've made a loss of minus 3%. So have a wonderful day. Happy trading and happy earning.